Hello, Cancers. Welcome back to the Astroflower and your weekly energy reading going from the 18th to the 24th of August. Hope you're doing well. Messages from energy this week. It was all about this is not a drill. This is living life. And I did a video on manifestation, the changing aspects of manifestation at the moment, and how it's much easier to manifest things if you approach it in a particular way. You'll find that on our channel. Also, I did a video on the tea meditation that I do every morning, and this helps you to get this foundation in order for you to build what you wish to build in life. And you have to have this foundation that gives you this sort of centralized energy system that as you live life and explore life, because you come from a central point, at any given moment, you can emphasize certain energies in a very precise way. And this helps you enormously in the manifestation factor about it all. This comes out as well within the chakra sequencing, which I did a video on how it helps you to create things in your life. You'll find that as well on our channel as well. And it seems to be becoming important now. It seems to be life is not a drill. It's time to get involved. The energies that came out, the elements that came out of the energy reading was about water and earth. Now this is perfect for you, Cancer. You're a crab. You spend half your time in water, half your time out of water. And so you have this water aspect to you, but you actually have a lot more earth in your astroflower than you do have water. And so I think the physical aspect of life, of what you wish to be living, what your sole purpose is going to be really important this week. And you're looking for physical engagements from yourself on your relationship and on your financial side. And that earth energy is going to be, you're looking for concrete results here, things that work in a very physical way. That the emotions are slightly taken out of the situation so you can get the results, so then you can allow your emotions to grow and express. So it comes out of the physical, like the seed that comes out of the ground. You water with your emotions from the outside, and eventually that plant will then give you the fruit that you so desire within your life. And that's how the energy is sort of working for you. But we'll go into the messages from energy, do the chakra sequencing and pull a few cards. We also have been answering questions, channeling questions that people have been asking within the comments section. If you want a question answered by channeling in next week's video, please leave a comment and try and keep the questions precise, as it were, in the comment section. We'll be able to channel your question in energy for next week. Okay, so let's just connect with the energy and see what's going on for you, Cancer. Okay, a real solid foundation which allows you to enjoy life. Having the financial resources, having the infrastructure, having the tools that you need in order to explore the joyous side of life. I think the energy is vibrating that towards you and helping you to recognize the things that are very concrete within your life that you can use or you can allow to grow. So it puts you in a position, it's almost as if like you're sitting on top of a fountain as the fountain pushes you up like a cartoon character, and you're bouncing on this sort of like emotion, but that comes from a physical point of release. And that's where I think that's what seems to be important, that the energy is trying to concentrate things in a particular point of release for you. Okay, let's just have a look and see if we can get an inner vision for that. And I'm getting, okay, so I think you've been carrying a lot. I think you've got a lot on your plate, but I don't think it's too much actually. But I do think you're carrying a lot. But you're carrying a lot of assets. that now people are kind of going, wow, Cancer's got every tool in the box. They can really do or manifest what they so desire because they've been accumulating every tool in order to do that. And it's like you're pulling a great load, but you're actually enjoying pulling that great load because you know where you're going. You know it's going to give you the results. And that builds a lot of confidence within you as well. So whatever you're doing and whatever you're heading towards, I would keep going. Now, I know it may be difficult from time to time, and sometimes you go round the bend, because you're going round the bend, you can't see the end, and you feel like it's out of your reach and it's not possible, but it is. It's one step after the other, and realizing the assets that you have is going to be very important for you going forward. Let's see what's going on with you financially on the job, business, and projects. Let's see what's going on with the energy on that sort of side. No messing. I wouldn't. This is where your earth energy it's got to come to the fore. Whenever you're dealing with foundation stuff, and that could be within a job or a career path, or your own business or your project that you're doing, I would be very precise, sort of saying, I'm not going to plant an apple seed and think I'm going to get tomatoes off it, although a tomato is pretty much an apple. But I'm not gonna plant an apple seed and think I'm gonna get bananas off it. You know. So I think this is how you should financially or within your job and your business and your project. I think this is what you need to project around you. I think the rules need to be very clear within your job, with your work colleagues, within your job or the business that you're working in, or your own business and your career or your project. Making sure everybody knows the foundation. Making sure everybody's working to the same mechanics, the physical side of it all, that things are done in the right order. I think that's really important. If you do that, the rest will follow all by itself. You don't have to concentrate on it. You can actually enjoy it a lot more. So I think that's really important on your financial sort of side. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side. There's an overwhelming desire for it to be passionate in relationship, and this could be a one-to-one. It's like you've been in a relationship, it's very nice, it's all very cozy, but you want a bit of passion now. You want a bit of fight, not a fight with that person, but you want to really engage in life, and there's a lot of passion that's coming through from that. I think you need to be a little bit more patient about it. It's like you're putting fuel in a vehicle, gas into your car, or petrol into your car, but that's the fuel. Until it gets ignited, it's not gonna be useful. And I think this passion here is waiting for the ignition with another person, and it's stimulating that ignition with another person. And I think you're going to have to be a little bit proactive about it, so people get into, and you bring people into your passion of life, and that way ignite the passion in them. And then once you get that ignited, you and the other person can really play off each other and really enjoy things and make it incredibly engaging. And this could be one-to-one relationship as much as it could be with family, friends, and community. But I do think you need to be a little bit patient. It's like starting a diesel car. You got to wait for the spark plugs to heat up. You have that moment, you switch the ignition on, and you wait for it, and there it is. Okay, now we turn it on, and it's going. And that's where you need to be a little bit patient. Probably not one of your strengths, if I'm honest. But you do have that capacity within you in the material world to be patient about things in your job, business, and projects. So maybe taking that lesson there and applying it in your relationship side a little bit may help you out enormously. Let's have a look and see what's going on your spiritual path. Okay. I know. And this could help with your patience as well. It's like you know your pathway. You know the spiritual practices that you do that are good for you, that are good for the world or the environment that is around you. It's you've heard the message, I know. Applying that message in a world where you have to combine it with everything that's going on in that world with other people, situations, and stuff like that is the tricky part. And this is where you don't need to get frustrated by situations, because this is that spiritual command that you're now imposing upon yourself and the world around you. And that's where the patient comes in and sort of saying, I know, I'm waiting for you to understand and know. And I can't explain it to you, because if I explain it to you, you won't know. You will just follow. Once you come to the self-realization, at that point there, you will know, and I don't even need to explain it to you. And we can go a lot quicker. And I think that attitude you can apply within your spiritual side. So even when people are doing, things that you kind of think, oh, that's karmically not good, they will learn. They're in the learning process. And I think you need to take that attitude with the spiritual side of life at the moment. Okay? Absolutely beautiful. Let's just see what's going on with your chakra sequencing and see what's happening there. So this is the chakra sequencing. So it allows you to realize of how to get into a rhythm where you're playing to your strengths within your energy. And you can have control over that. You can apply that. Okay? So let's just connect there. Let's find that neutral energy, that 0.0 energy, which is the starting point. There's also a video about that on our channel. Okay, so we get the crown and the root. It's a lot more solid than most other signs, the crown and the root. So this seems to be important, and this could be that earth energy that's coming through, the rules, regulations, how to do things within your financial world, which you can bring to your relationship side. And, we do this, we don't do that. We treat people like this, we don't treat people like that sort of situation. And that's the it's almost like the speed limit on the road that or your pathway that you do need to adhere to, and make sure everybody else is adhering to it on that part of the path as they come alongside you. There's no point in them going at 200 miles an hour and your limit is set at 50. It's not going to work. Or you going at 200 miles an hour and they're only doing 50. So it's that crown and root, which is our raison d'etre, our soul path, is very well defined, and it's got a lot of order on it. Okay, so let's just see where it's moving on to now. Okay, so it is moving on to like the solar plexus here. And this is where that passion comes in, that determination as well, and that I feel about life for you. Channeling that fire energy, channeling that passion within you, so it becomes very productive within your life. A real sort of determination about how this is how life should be lived, and having rules and regulations to it, which comes through the solar plexus. It's having the confidence as well to live the life that you're supposed to be living. So that's where you apply that to start with in any situation according to the pathway that you're working upon. So you apply that sort of passion, that determination, that courage, that confidence, because there's set boundaries to everything. And if you start with the set boundaries, you know exactly where you're going and you know what you can expect out of the situation. Okay? So then it moves on to the third eye and the throat chakra. And be careful of overthinking things. Try not to get into overthinking things. On the throat chakra, it's a little bit like that, clearing your throat. It's creating a new narrative to your life, I think, in the communication and the interaction with the world around you. And people are going to have to get used to the new you, as it were, as you apply yourself. And that's where the patience comes into play. So communication is key, explaining a little bit about who you are and what you're expecting out of life will also then help them to come to realizations, and that could be on a personal level as much as on your financial side. For them to come to realization, that's when the third eye can come into play and apply the logic to the results of that exchange, which seems to be important. But it is slightly driven by the heart chakra because that's where it's now moving on to. And that's the emotional thing. So that's that point of departure through that fountain, that structure that you have at the base that then comes to the surface, and it allows you to open up emotionally and enjoying life, being really in the rhythm, and everything seemingly to work for you. And why is it working for you? Because you have those assets that I said you were pulling along. You have the foundations, you have the situation or the cornerstones or the rules and regulations, which I know you're not the biggest fan of, but you have a certain structure that you can build upon. And knowing that structure and how it can help you to literally build what you so wish after that is going to be liberating for you within your heart, because it's going to allow you to play openly and freely with the world emotionally in a really good way. And then it goes back to the crown and the root, comes back to this is what I should be living. And you're transforming it. And that's where this manifestation, this is why I did that video on the manifestation as well. That's where that comes into play. And all of a sudden, I think it's going to actually it could be child's play for you in a really, really good way. Okay, let's just pull a few cards for you. First of all, we're going to pull a few cards. We'll pull a card on your financial side. Then we'll pull a card on your relationship side. And there's a card there that wants to come out. And then we'll put a card on what the energy is flowing through you. That's that one there. So we've got the relationship, we've got the flowing through you. Let's just pull the financial card. So let's just see what's going on there. Six of Cups. Six of Cups, look at that. You've got that person there that's giving that gift to the other person. And it is a cup full of flowers. The cup is that structure, that point of departure that the flowers can be contained within. Without that cup, you can't put water in there. That flowers will wilt very quickly. And what you're doing here is on your financial side, is you're giving yourself a gift of structure. And it's all about the journey, all about the longer term plan, all about what you should be living in life. And in your financial side, if you allow that structure to exist without trying to sort of fight against it, it's going to bring you enormous amounts of rewards. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side, shall we? Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. She's got that lucky rabbit with her. And why has she got that lucky rabbit with her? Because she's being very patient. It's a Capricorn card, and Capricorns are very, very patient. Opposite sign to you, they're also composed of earth, and they have more water in them than they do have earth. Complete opposite to you, but very complementary in a way. And this, the Queen of Pentacles, she's not going out there looking for the results. The results are coming to her. And I think you need to start taking that attitude within life. You say, look, this is the foundation, and this is the fruit that's going to just drop into my lap. And people may perceive it as being lucky, but luck is cultivated. It's not something that just falls from the sky. This is you consciously being involved in it and engaged in it. What's the energy that's flowing through you? Three of Swords. I think it's because this is a starting point, okay? So I think in the past, and this could go back quite a few years, probably for the past 20 years, to be honest, because that's when we had Pluto in Capricorn in the opposite sign to you, and it really did affect you, of structures and situations that started and never got completed, that didn't give you the fruit that you were so desire. And that caused you a lot of emotional stress and strain, that you were beating yourself up about it because you're sort of saying, obviously, there's something that I'm doing wrong. And there may well be things that you are doing wrong, but also it is the vibration, the majority of that that has the effect upon you that created those situations that cause you emotional stress and strain. That vibration has changed. That's why I put out that manifestation video and that tea routine video as well. It's very important. I can't express how it is the building block for everything you will be doing in the future. So that is that point of kind of going, I know emotionally what stress it caused me because I was pushing too hard here, or not pushing enough here, or not opening up enough here, and opening too much over here. I'm reassessing the situation, and I think you've got the measure of it now, Cancer. And it's a real transformation week for you, I think, in a way. And you do have to be patient for the rest of the world to recognize the transition that is within you. So there you go. Thanking you very much for being here. Don't forget about, if you do have a question, put it in the comments down below, and we can channel that energy and see what the results are next week. Don't forget about the messages from energy, manifestation, tea routine, and also the chakra routine as well, and how that can really help you to create a lot of things in your life. I thank you for having the confidence to and the trust in this channel to subscribe, like, and share. Really beautiful. I thank you very much for that. In the meantime, that's all for me left to say is, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.